Hey guys, I'm Luke, and this is week 2 journal 2. I was trying to focus on non-metallic metals this week, but I hadn't done the sword because I was kind of feeling overwhelmed after doing just the armor already, so I wanted to do the sword as its own separate thing. I started off by base coating with just a black, and then coming through with a light grey in the areas that I wanted a highlight to be in. I probably spent the longest doing this part, just because I was unsure. I was using reference images from YouTube, videos from YouTube, as well as images from Google, just looking at swords and stuff, but I kind of shot myself in the foot by picking this big curved blade. I had a harder time figuring this one out, because lots of the reference videos on YouTube show like long swords and stuff like that, which have the nice two-sided, like the blades on both sides. After figuring out the highlights, I went over with a mid-tone to just try and smoothly blend everything together. After that, I went in with the highlights. I had a hard time with this bit because of the filigree on the sword. It took me a little bit to get it the way I wanted. Overall, in the end, I wasn't totally pleased with the final outcome. I was having a really hard time hitting the edge highlights and stuff, even with my brush really straightened out. But after adding the bright highlights on the sword, I realized how nice it looked and how sort of dull the armor and stuff looked in comparison, so I went over the armor again as well, just to add some peak little highlights and stuff. But I think something I saw lots of people doing was adding just like it's already blue, but a bluish tint to some of the highlights to reflect that it's reflecting into the sky, or you can add like a yellow to reflect the sun as well. I think that could really add some interest to the armor, but I might go over that with like an airbrush maybe. Yeah, here's my final results for the non-metallic metal for this week. I think it turned out alright. I mean, considering it was the first time, I definitely enjoyed this process despite how long it took in comparison with the to doing metallics. Everything felt a lot more purposeful doing this. Yeah, anyway, here's my cat. Bye!